Hello everyone, and welcome to English Learn Zone, the channel where we make learning English a genuinely enjoyable part of your day. For today's episode, we are heading to a place of excitement, adventure, and sometimes, a little bit of stress. We're talking about the modern airport. I can almost hear the roar of the jet engines already. We're calling this episode Cleared for Takeoff, your ultimate guide to checking in at the airport. The airport is a unique environment. It's like a small city dedicated entirely to travel. It's a microcosm of the world, a place where cultures intersect, and journeys begin and end. It's a hub of human movement, a complex machine with its own language, rules, and rhythms. It's a place where people from all over the world cross paths, on their way to countless different destinations. Understanding the language and procedures of an airport is an essential skill for any traveler. It can be the difference between a smooth, stress-free start to your vacation and a confusing, frustrating ordeal. A little bit of knowledge can empower you to navigate with confidence and ease. So today, we're going to walk through the entire process, from the moment you book your ticket to the moment you leave the airport at your destination. We'll learn all the key vocabulary and phrases you'll need along the way to handle any situation like a seasoned pro. Our journey doesn't actually begin at the airport. It starts at home, usually weeks or even months before, with the process of booking your flight. This is the foundational step where you make the key decisions about your travel. You'll typically do this online, either directly on an airline's website or through a third-party travel aggregator, which is a site that compares prices from many different airlines at once. Here, you'll select your departure and destination cities, your dates, and the number of passengers. You'll encounter terms like one-way, round-trip, and multi-city. A one-way ticket is for a journey from point A to point B, with no return flight booked. A round-trip ticket, which is usually more economical, takes you from A to B, and then back to A. A multi-city ticket is for a more complex journey with several stops, like from London to New York, then New York to Los Angeles, then Los Angeles back to London. You'll also see options for a direct flight versus a connecting flight. These terms can be a bit confusing. A non-stop flight is the simplest. It goes from your departure city to your destination with no stops at all. A direct flight, counterintuitively, might make a stop, but you don't get off the plane. It might land to pick up more passengers or refuel. A connecting flight means you will have to get off one plane and board another at a hub airport. This stop is called a layover or a stopover. A short layover might be just an hour, while a long one could be overnight. It's crucial to check the layover duration to ensure you have enough time to make your connection. You will also choose your travel class. The most common is economy class, which is the standard, most affordable option. Premium economy offers a bit more legroom, which is the space for your legs, and slightly better amenities. Amenities are the services and comforts available to passengers, like better food or a small travel kit. Business class and first class are the luxury options, offering spacious seats that often convert into beds, gourmet meals, and access to exclusive airport lounges. Once you've booked, you'll receive an itinerary and a confirmation number via email. The itinerary is a detailed plan of your journey, including flight numbers, times, and your ticket details. The confirmation number, sometimes called a booking reference, is a unique code for your reservation that you'll need at the airport. It's a good idea to have a printed copy or a screenshot of this on your phone. Now, let's talk about packing. Before you even start, it's wise to check the airline's baggage allowance. This is the amount of luggage each passenger is allowed to bring, and it usually specifies the weight, size, and number of bags. You'll have two main types of bags: checked baggage and carry-on baggage. Checked baggage refers to the large suitcases that you will give to the airline to put in the cargo hold, the storage area underneath the plane. There are almost always weight limits for these bags, often around 23 kilograms or 50 pounds. If your bag is heavier than the limit, you will have to pay a hefty overweight baggage fee. Your carry-on baggage, also called hand luggage, is the smaller bag you take with you into the plane's cabin. This also has strict size and weight limits. It needs to be small enough to fit in the overhead bin or under the seat in front of you. Many people also bring a personal item, which is a smaller bag, like a purse, a laptop bag, or a small backpack. Valuables, medication, and essential items should always be in your carry-on, never in your checked bag. When packing, you need to be aware of prohibited items. These are things you are not allowed to bring on a plane, especially in your carry-on. This includes obvious things like sharp objects and flammable materials, but also, most famously, large containers of liquids. Generally, any liquids in your carry-on must be in containers of 100 milliliters, 3.4 ounces or less, and they must all fit inside a single, clear, resealable plastic bag. This is often called the 3-1-1 rule. With our bags packed and our documents ready, it's time to head to the airport. Our journey continues the moment we arrive at the terminal. A terminal is a large building at an airport where passengers arrive and depart. Big international airports often have multiple terminals, so it's very important to know which one your airline uses. This information will be on your itinerary. When you enter, you'll usually see two main areas: arrivals and departures. Arrivals is the area for passengers who are getting off planes, while departures is for passengers who are about to fly out. Today, we're heading to departures. The first thing you'll need to do is find the check-in desk for your specific airline. The airline is the company that owns the airplane you'll be flying on, like British Airways, Japan Airlines, or American Airlines. Large screens, often called flight information display screens, will show a list of all the departing flights and which check-in desk number to go to. These screens are your best friend in the airport. They will show the flight number, the destination, the scheduled departure time, and, most importantly, the flight's status. The status might say on time, delayed, canceled, or boarding. At the check-in desk, an airline agent will check your ticket and your passport. This brings us to the core of today's lesson: the check-in process. You generally have two choices. The first, an increasingly popular option, is the self-service kiosk. These are touchscreen machines provided by the airline to let you check in by yourself. You'll approach the machine, and it will ask you to identify your booking. You can usually do this by scanning the barcode on your passport or by manually typing in your confirmation number. The kiosk will then display all your flight details. You'll confirm that everything is correct, and it might offer you upgrades or the chance to change your seat. You will also declare how many bags you are checking in. The kiosk will then print your boarding pass and your luggage tags. You'll attach the sticky tags to your bags and then take them to a bag drop counter, where an agent will quickly take them from you. The second option is the traditional check-in desk, where you speak to an airline agent. You will line up and wait for your turn. When you get to the counter, a polite greeting is a great start. You can say something like, "Hello, I'd like to check in for my flight to Tokyo." The agent will then ask for your documents. A common phrase you'll hear is, "May I see your passport, please?" You'll hand over your passport and any other required documents, like a visa. The agent will then find your reservation in their system. They will ask you some standard questions. For example, how many bags are you checking in today? You can respond, just 1 or 2 bags. You will then be asked to place your checked baggage on the scale next to the desk. If your bag is too heavy, the agent will inform you. They might say, "I'm afraid your bag is overweight." You'll need to pay an excess baggage fee at the service counter. Another key question, especially for international flights, is, did you pack this bag yourself, and has it been with you at all times? This is a security question, and you should always answer truthfully. Once your bags are weighed and accepted, the agent will confirm your seating. They might ask, would you prefer a window seat or an aisle seat? A window seat is next to the window, great for looking at the view. An aisle seat is on the corridor, which makes it easier to get up and walk around during the flight. The one in the middle is the middle seat. You might also be able to request an exit row seat, which offers more legroom, but you must be willing and able to assist in an emergency. Finally, the agent will print your boarding pass. A boarding pass is the most important document you'll receive. It's a special ticket that allows you to get on the plane. Let's look at one closely. It will show your name, the flight number, your seat number, the gate number, the boarding time, and your boarding group. Once you have your boarding pass and have checked your bags, the next step is security screening. This is the part that can be a little stressful, but it's a crucial step to ensure everyone's safety. You will have to put all of your belongings, including your carry-on bag, your coat, and any metal items, into trays that go on a conveyor belt. These trays then pass through an X-ray scanner. You will also be asked to take large electronics, like laptops and tablets, out of your bag and place them in a separate tray. While your bags are being scanned, you will have to walk through a metal detector or a body scanner. If the alarm beeps, a security officer might ask you to step aside for an additional check or a pat-down. Just stay calm and follow their instructions. It sounds like a lot of steps, but it's a well-organized process. I think we're ready for our first learning check. Okay, listeners, here is your first question. What is the main difference between a direct flight and a non-stop flight? A non-stop flight goes from origin to destination with no stops, while a direct flight may make a stop, but passengers do not change planes. Perfect. And question number 2, what are 2 common questions a check-in agent might ask you about your baggage? They might ask, how many bags are you checking in? And did you pack this bag yourself? Excellent. Now, once you have cleared security, you are officially airside. This is the secure area of the terminal that leads to the planes. This area is often called the departure lounge. The departure lounge is usually full of shops, restaurants, and places to sit. You will see many duty-free shops. Duty-free means that the goods sold there, like perfume, chocolate, and alcohol, are sold without the usual taxes, so they can sometimes be cheaper. The most important thing to do in the departure lounge is to find your gate. The gate is the specific door you will go through to get onto your plane. Your gate number is printed on your boarding pass, but it's essential to check the flight information screens again, as the gate can sometimes change at the last minute. These screens will also show the status of your flight. If it says delayed, it means it will leave later than scheduled. If it's canceled, it means the flight will not be leaving at all. If you see last call or final call, it means the gate is about to close, and you need to hurry. Your boarding pass will also show a boarding time. This is the time you need to be at the gate to start getting on the plane. It's usually about 30 to 45 minutes before the actual departure time. While you're waiting, you can charge your phone, grab a snack, or just relax, but always keep an ear out for announcements about your flight. When it's time to board, the airline staff will make an announcement. They usually board the plane in sections, using boarding groups. Your boarding group number or letter will be on your boarding pass. When your group is called, you will line up and show your boarding pass and passport one last time. You will then walk down a jet bridge, which is a covered corridor that connects the gate directly to the airplane door. Once on the plane, you need to find your seat. The seat numbers are on the panels above the seats. You will need to store your carry-on baggage in the overhead bin, which is the storage compartment above your head. Once you're seated, it's time to fasten your seatbelt. The flight attendants will then do a safety demonstration before the plane begins to move. When the plane moves from the gate to the runway, this is called taxiing. The moment the plane accelerates down the runway and lifts into the air is called takeoff. During the flight, the captain might turn on the seatbelt sign if you are flying through rough air. This is called turbulence. It's completely normal, but it can be a bit bumpy. This has been an entire course on navigating the airport. This calls for our next learning check. Okay, listeners, here is question number 3. Where can you find the most up-to-date information about your flight's gate number and status? You can find the most up-to-date information on the flight information display screens located throughout the terminal. Excellent. And question number 4. What is the covered corridor that connects the gate to the airplane called? That is the jet bridge. Perfect. Now, let's fast forward to the end of your flight. The moment the plane touches down on the runway at your destination is called landing. After the plane has taxied to the gate, you will be able to disembark, which means to get off the plane. You will then follow the signs for baggage claim. Baggage claim is the area where you will pick up your checked baggage. You will need to find the carousel, or moving conveyor belt, for your flight and wait for your suitcase to appear. If you have arrived in a different country, you will also need to go through immigration and customs. At immigration, an officer will check your passport and visa. At customs, you may have to declare any goods you are bringing into the country. Once you pass through customs, you have officially arrived. You can exit the airport and begin your adventure. What an incredible journey from the terminal entrance to the baggage claim. Let's do a final rapid-fire recap of all the amazing vocabulary we've covered today. One-way, round trip, multi-city, direct flight, connecting flight, layover, itinerary, confirmation number, baggage allowance, checked baggage, carry-on baggage, personal item, prohibited items, liquids, terminal, arrivals, departures, check-in desk, airline, flight information, display screens, boarding pass, excess baggage fee, window seat, aisle seat, security screening, conveyor belt, electronics, metal detector, body scanner, departure lounge, duty-free gate, on time, delayed, canceled, boarding time, boarding group, jet bridge, overhead bin, fasten your seatbelt, taxiing, takeoff, turbulence, landing, disembark, baggage claim, immigration, and customs. Wow, that is a full passport of useful vocabulary. I sincerely hope that breaking these terms down has helped you understand them better and feel more confident the next time you step into an airport. That is always our goal here at the English Learn Zone. If you found this episode helpful, and I hope you did, please take a moment to give this video a like and, most importantly, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss our future lessons. Your support truly helps us continue creating this content for our amazing community of learners all around the world. Thank you for joining us for this extended journey through the airport. We'll talk to you in the next episode. Until then, I hope you have safe travels and happy learning, everyone.